Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 11, entitled as Vishwarupa Dharshana Yoga. Sloka 33, Part 2. Tasmāt tvam uttiṣṭha yaśo labhasva, jitvā śatrūn bhuṅkṣva rājyaṁ samṛddham, mayaivaite nihatāḥ pūrvam nimitta-mātraṁ bhava savya-sācin. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasācī, can be but an instrument in the fight. In the previous session, we learned that Krishna had two sankalpas. One, to kill the enemies. Number two is to kill these enemies through Arjuna. So the question came, why through Arjuna? Why can't Krishna just do it by himself? And the answer was, Krishna likes to give service to his devotees. Krishna likes to see his devotees doing service. Krishna likes his devotees to be victorious, glorious, become famous. Now, the question is, how should one perform their service to Krishna? And that is also told by Krishna in this sloka. Nimitta-mātraṁ bhava savya-sācin. O Savyasācin, O Arjuna, you have the very special skill to shoot arrows with left hand as well. Therefore you, like how your Ghandiva is an instrument in your hands, you become my instrument in my hands. Nimitta-mātraṁ bhava Savyasācin. This is a beautiful line which gives a complete essence of how one should perform any actions. Then what to speak about devotional service. Here, Savyasācin, Krishna is specifically calls out Arjuna with his beautiful name. The reason behind is, number one, this special talent that you have, Arjuna, is my blessings to you. With this talent that is given by me to you, use the talent in my service. Therefore you become a nimitta-mātraṁ, an instrument in my service. The second reason Krishna calls Arjuna as Savyasācin is, if one has to be an instrument in the hands of Krishna, the instrument cannot be an ordinary one. It must be something very special. By stating Arjuna as Savyasācin, that instrument, which is Arjuna here, is considered to be very special. How he is very special? Because he can shoot arrows by his left hand as well. Therefore, this instrument called Arjuna is very special, and that instrument is called as Savyasācin, who is none other than Arjuna himself. So again, two reasons. Number one, the talent that Arjuna has is coming from Krishna. Therefore, that talent must be used in service of Krishna. When one knows clearly without any doubt that everything is coming from Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna, that also includes my talent that I have, is also Krishna's. Therefore, when I use this talent in Krishna's service, I simply become an instrument. That's all. I shouldn't be personally taking any credits for what I have. I have this by the blessings of Krishna alone. And this is the principle everyone should practice and be conscious as they are doing any services. And the second reason is everything that Krishna has is special. Nothing is ordinary. Therefore, Arjuna is also Krishna's instrument. He cannot be an ordinary instrument. He is a special instrument. How is he special? Because he is savya-sācin, meaning who can shoot arrow in right hand and especially with his left hand as well. Therefore, he is a very special instrument in service of Krishna. And there's a third reason has been given why Arjuna is being called as Savyasācin. This special skill that you have, Arjuna, is to bewilder the onlookers and put them in confused state, not knowing where the arrows are coming from, which direction it is coming from, for them to be prepared and protest the arrows. It is very difficult. But it is by my sankalpa by which they will be killed, not by your skills, Arjuna. So this is the third reason why Krishna calls Arjuna as Savyasācin, meaning when we think we have the talent, the skills to achieve whatever we want, then we are removing Krishna from the picture. We may have the best skills, the great resources, highest knowledge, everything under control. But if Krishna has not made the sankalpa for our success, we will be a complete failure. And this is the third reason why Krishna called Arjuna as Savyasācin, that you may be a very skilled person, but understand it is because of my sankalpa that these enemies will be killed, not because of your skills. Now that opens up a really very interesting question. Just because Krishna, you decided, made a sankalpa that someone should die, and they will for sure die. This decision that you're making doesn't seem to be reasonable. That means you can think whatever you want and anything could happen based on whatever you think, whatever you decided. That doesn't seem to be reasonable, Krishna. In response, Krishna says, no, Arjuna, it doesn't work like that. And I don't take any decision whimsically, just like that. I do not consider everyone to be like a toys in my hands, to do however and whatever I want. Then how do you make your sankalpa? Well, my sankalpa is based on individual karmas. It's because of their karma which gets executed. And that is what happens by my will. Another point to be noted here is when Krishna says Arjuna to become nimitta-kāraṇam, an instrument. What Krishna says is that Arjuna, you become amukhya-kāraṇam and I will be mukhya-kāraṇam. Amukhya means secondary, mukhya means primary or principal cause. I will become the principal cause and you become the supporting or a secondary cause. You are amukhya because you are an instrument only in my hands. It is me who is killing these people, not you. Therefore, I am mukhya-kāraṇam. Therefore, Arjuna understand, by doing so, by being an instrument, no one will ever blame you. No one will think you are not a compassionate person. No one will think you are doing adharma. And no need for you to be fearful of the victory of the battle. Why? Because it's all me who is doing it. Therefore, you will not be blamed. Because these are some of the reasons that Arjuna raised earlier, that people will think he doesn't have compassion, people will think he is doing adharma, and he was himself doubtful whether he will win the battle or not. Now Krishna is saying not to worry about any of those things, because it's not you who is doing this, it's me who is going to do it. I am the one who is going to kill everyone. You are just an instrument. It's like those arrows that you release. Though you kill your enemies, it is not the arrow that to be blamed. It is the person who released those arrows are to be blamed. Similarly, if you simply become an instrument in my hands, then you will not be blamed. You will not incur any sin. No one is going to think you are doing adharma, because everything falls on me. I take the full responsibility. All you have to do is just simply fight. Fight as an instrument in my hands. Now this raises another question. Well, Krishna, it is very clear from what you said that I will not be blamed. Now I understand, because I am simply an instrument and no one will blame the instrument. But what about you? Won't people speak ill about you? Because you are the one who's using the instrument to kill all the warriors. Therefore, won't you be blamed? No, Arjuna. I destroy Duryodhana and others only because they committed sin, crime. I do not have liking or dislike for anyone. I don't have grudge. I don't have jealousy. I don't have envious nature. It is simply because of their crime that they performed. They are getting rewarded for that, for their action. That's all is happening. And I am making sure that happens by my sankalpa. Why? Because a person who is in a position to take action to correct the situation and punish the people sufficiently for their sin fail to do so will incur sin for failing to do their duty. Of course, this rule doesn't apply to me, but I still follow it for the benefit of the world and for the karma program to be executed correctly. So the question which was asked, won't you get blamed? Answer is no. From this we understand that Krishna is equal to everyone. Therefore, he is free from criticism of showing any partiality, lack of mercy, and so forth. Now that leads us to the last question. Arjuna is asking, what is the benefit by becoming your instrument, Krishna? Why do you want me to become your instrument? What benefit is there? Jitvā śatrūn bhuṅkṣva rājyaṁ samṛddham. That is, the enemies will be washed off, you will attain victory, then you will get a flourishable kingdom, and of course fame. Well, this is what I said earlier that I am not interested in. I am not interested in killing any of these people. I am not interested in victory. I am not interested in kingdom, nor I am interested in fame. Yes, Arjuna, but not interested doesn't mean that you stop doing your duty, which means you're failing to do your varnashrama dharma. What's wrong in not doing varnashrama dharma? Well, Arjuna, then we have to start over again from chapter 2 and go through chapter 6. Of course, none of these questions are asked by Arjuna. These questions may be from us. Arjuna is quite clear so far what he learned from Krishna. But nevertheless, what is the benefit by me becoming an instrument? Answer is, Krishna says that you'll be able to finish your enemies, attain victory, get kingdom, healthy kingdom, and be famous. The reason we already saw, Krishna likes to glorify his devotees. Therefore, the point here is, when one becomes victorious in whatever they do, become an outstanding person, become a famous person, one should understand that brings joy to Krishna, provided we accept those things in service to Krishna and pass all the credits back to the Guru Parampara, up to Krishna. One last point. Here Krishna said nimitta-mātraṁ. So the question is Krishna saying that he will be upadhana karana and Arjuna as nimitta karana? The answer is both upadhana and nimitta karana is Krishna alone, no one else. As it is stated, abhinna nimittopadhana brahma, meaning both nimitta karana and upadhana karana is the absolute truth, Brahman, that is Sri Krishna. For those who are not familiar or hearing these terms, upadhana and nimitta, for the first time, or for those who would like to refresh these terms, upadhana and nimitta karana, can refer to 4th chapter, 14th sloka, part 2, and also we discuss the same in 7th chapter, 7th sloka. And also in the previous chapter, that's the 10th chapter, 32nd sloka, also we discussed on these two terms, upadhana and nimitta-kārana. And also regarding one of the questions that we discussed earlier, regarding how Krishna is not affected by taking the responsibility of killing Duryodhana and others. In 9th chapter, 9th sloka, we have elaborately discussed how Krishna is not affected by any of these things, any of the activities. Nachamam thani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasinavat asinam asaktam tesu karmasu. Each one's karma is responsible for the changes in their body and their ups and downs in their life, pleasures and pains, everything. Therefore, I have no part in it. I remain unconcerned in this regard. Udasinavat. Hence, actions like creating beings, seeing differences among the beings, cannot cause any cruelty or partiality to me. So that 9th chapter, 9th sloka is another nice verse to hear again and refresh on this particular topic. Tasmāt tvam uttiṣṭha yaśo labhasva jitvā śatrūn bhuṅkṣva rājyaṁ samṛddham mayaivaite nihatāḥ pūrvam nimitta-mātraṁ bhava savya-sācin. The next sloka that is coming up is a direct answer to Arjuna's question that he raised long back. That is, how can I shoot arrows at Bhishma and Drona and others who are out to be worshipped? The cause for this question is because Arjuna misplaced his love and compassion to wrong people. Secondly, distressed by wrong notion. That is, he felt that this war was not dharmic. It is adharma. In other words, he considered dharma to be adharma and adharma to be dharma. In next verse, 34th verse, Krishna provides the direct answer to this question of how can I shoot arrows at Bhishma and Drona when they are to be worshipped. Namaste. Hare Krishna.